Hi DIY friends, it's Shannon, and today I'm getting a little bit personal with you because I am taking you behind closed doors. I also have to thank Poshmark for sponsoring today's video. I'm going to be adding some new items to my Poshmark store, and I will show you that here shortly. But first, I'm going to give you a look behind this door. So I do share my coffee bar quite a bit. I love this space to decorate for different holidays and seasons, and we love coffee, so this is a beloved place in our home. And maybe you've noticed this door off to the side, and no one has seen what is behind this door, basically because it is a very scary place. So this is totally real life. This is basically a storage closet slash stairway to our basement. I know, isn't that terrible? This is real life though. And we don't have a whole lot of storage in our home. It's 130 years old and they just didn't build a lot of closets. We don't have a linen closet, we don't have a coat closet. We have a second closet in our bedroom. Yes, there's even Christmas still stacked in this closet. And honestly, it's kind of a dangerous space too because we have the stairs and our laundry is in the basement. So we use this space quite a bit going up and down. And it's finally time to tackle this space, not only make it functional, make it stylish, and also make it safe. So we're gonna give this space completely new makeover. First up was completely gutting it, getting rid of everything, all of the fixtures, everything so we can paint. And I went ahead, spackled all the holes. There had to have been 100 years worth of holes in this space, so everything got spackled. So what happens when you gut any space? Basically all the things go all over the house, right? And this is the best photo that I had. I shared this over on Instagram. You'll get the real deal there, so head over there if you didn't see that. And basically while I'm cleaning out any area, I'm also making piles of trash, a donate pile, a sell pile, and Poshmark is the easiest way to sell these items. It takes no time at all to snap photos, add a description, set your price, and list your items. We hope to add cabinets to this wall soon, and as sad as it is, I need to thin out my redone mugs, so I have several of those available in my own Poshmark shop, which I'll link down in the description box below. And I'll also have some other home decor goodies in there too, like this pretty metal lavender sign, perfect for spring. Also this trendy home sign, shaped like a house, a beautiful addition to a console table or shelf. Or this trendy black metal candle holder. You can add your favorite colored candles to this and really personalize the look for your home. Here's a few tips that have helped me with selling my items. I always like to make sure my items are really clean and nicely staged. I also like to snap multiple angles, include those in the listings. And also I make sure to add a lot of description. So include the size, color, and any special features definitely helps too. You can also find amazing deals and shop thousands of brands on Poshmark. American Eagle jeans are one of my favorite things to score great deals on. Some items are even up to 70% off retail. So whether you are shopping or selling, Poshmark makes it easy with their free app. I'll have more information linked down in the description box below, along with a link to my own personal Poshmark shop. All right, so back to fixing this mess. But wait, we've already cleaned this up, we have already spackled, and we've already let this dry. So now I'm to the point of actually getting to sanding all the spackling and painting. All right, so I went back and forth. I just wanted to use leftover paint, and we just finished our living room. So I have leftover Southern Grown by Magnolia Home, quite a bit of this. So I was gonna do that in there. But because this is already kind of a tan color and I'm not liking it, I think I'm just going to do all white. I have to do this door white anyway, and I have about half a can left over from the living room too, so I'm hoping this will be enough. And then I think, just to make it a little more stylish, I want to do shiplap. So this coffee bar has shiplap on it. This is actually faux shiplap, where we used underlayment. So I thought about doing that in there, but I think I'm gonna save money and go the cheaper route and just use a Sharpie marker once I get it all painted white and add the lines in, just to give it some style. But it's just kind of a closet, so it'll give it the look, but without the expense. So let's get to painting white. So I wanted to give you a few painting tips as well. I am using a Dollar Tree paint cup and paintbrush. I love Dollar Tree's paintbrushes. Totally worth the money. They are not just junky ones. So also, I like to use trash bags in smaller spaces and some painter's tape to kind of make my own drop cloth. And so all I'm doing here is going around the trim and hitting the corners and edges with a paintbrush before coming in with a paint roller. Now, when it comes to paint, I don't skimp there. I try to buy paint that has a primer in it already. It's a good quality, scuff proof, which is what I'm using here, especially in a closet like this. It's probably gonna get rubbed against and things bumped into. Higher quality paint, you're gonna have to touch up less. So you can see here, this is the door and how badly it actually needed this coat of paint. Who knows the last time it was painted? So paint just is the least expensive way to really get a huge effect and big change, big bang for your buck. And you all know I am all about the before and after, and what a big difference just a couple coats of white paint does. I am so glad I went with white paint instead of the more tan color, because this just opened up the space. It reflects light a lot better, giving you the illusion of more space. But we're gonna take this up one more notch and we're gonna add some faux shiplap with a Sharpie. So I'm going to show you the process of doing that. Basically just using a level to draw myself a straight line. I did one line on those two walls connecting at that corner to give me a starting point. So you can start at the top or the bottom. This is just where I could reach in this closet to start off with, to make sure I had a very even level line to start with, because we're gonna build off of that. And I'm gonna be using this scrap piece of 1x6 as a spacer. So we're basically cutting out any kind of measuring by using this as a guide. So I'm lining that line up with the top of the board and then moving down, drawing another line underneath it, and just moving my way around. So I used a longer board for the longer wall, a smaller board for the smaller wall, and also the space next to the railing that I needed to kind of fit around. So I used a combination of the level and also these boards to just work my way around this space. And of course, what I'm loving most about this whole makeover is so far I have spent $0. I already had the marker, I already had the paint and the painting supplies. So getting this updated, refreshed look is just blowing my mind right now, being able to do this on such a small budget. All right, so here it is. Totally painted and shiplapped, faux shiplapped. So here's an update look. I am not faux shiplapping this wall or the ceiling. I just think this kind of was a nice accent. But now for this railing, I just feel like painting it white is going to be a bad decision. This also is going to get fixed and reinforced. But anyway, I'm gonna paint this black. Hopefully it'll hold up longer that way. And then this is the trim that we have in all of the house. And we need one more piece to go here to finish this off, but this is all handmade. So Brian is going to try and replicate that and paint that. So still a bit to do. Again, I lucked out and already had some black paint on hand. This is again a magnolia paint in the color black board, I believe. So just applying that, I did 2 coats, and then I actually put on a sealer coat too to make sure that it would stay and last. Now on to the really fun part, IKEA shopping. This is my go-to store for all things organization because not only are they great quality, but they also have a lot of options and they are affordable. So I found these rods with brackets for super duper cheap, and I thought this would be the perfect combination with these hooks to install on the door to then hang brooms and those types of items. These are so easy to install. You need 4 screws total. You just put on your first bracket with 2 of those screws. You install that wood rod into that bracket, then attach on the end bracket with 2 more screws. Could not be more simple, super duper sturdy too. And then you just can hang your hooks on there and add whatever accessory you need to. In our case, brooms, dustpans, dusters, that kind of thing. Now I fell in love with this version of it too because they are kind of smaller profile, which I thought would work really well in this space to kind of keep things closer to the wall. So what I did is I purchased 4 of these shorter rods and then 4 of those little canvas baskets to install on there. And actually this is where those shiplap lines are priceless because I already had level lines. I basically use those lines as guides of where to install my brackets and didn't have to do any measuring for this either. So this was a really quick, simple, and easy process. And like I said, I purchased 4 of them and just put them all in a row. So I got a little bit nervous here. I wanted to make sure we had room for our vacuum cleaner in this space. So I went ahead and installed that bracket on the other wall before then going ahead and installing the other 2 baskets on the other wall, basically to make sure they weren't going to run into each other. And you can see here we have plenty of room. I shouldn't have got all worried about it in the first place. But whenever you're kind of doing this puzzle, it's good to put the things you absolutely need up first and then kind of work around that. And in this case, it was our vacuum cleaner and our floor cleaner. Now back to IKEA we go. I found these amazing. They're such a good price, great quality, heavy duty metal sort of organization system. So the basket has hooks on the bottom as a shelf and even has an elastic strap across it. So we purchased 2 of these. I wanted to give you a little tip and hack of how to install these because they have a weird system on the back of how to install them. I put some painter's tape on the back, poked holes in the painter's tape where those screws needed to go, and then I removed the painter's tape, put them on the wall where I wanted to hang this basket. Again, perfectly aligned on that level shiplap line. Went ahead, installed my screws into both of those holes in the painter's tape. Once the screws are installed, you can remove the painter's tape and your screws are perfectly placed for then you to go ahead and install that basket. So this basket is kind of designated for our floor cleaner stuff. We added another one down just a little bit from there, and we're also going to make a little doggy station there too. Our floor cleaner did not come with a wall bracket, so we headed to Home Depot in hopes we could find something that would work, and we found the perfect thing, this large grip hook that was only $2.48. We did have to modify it a little bit and built a block because it needed to stand out from the wall a little bit because of the size of our floor cleaner, but that was the perfect fix for then our floor cleaner to slip right on there and now be off the floor. We also had a ironing board and also an iron in our old closet that we wanted to continue having in there. However, this is a quick realization that it's not going to work. So I had this miniature ironing board that has this hook and it's not made for this type of bracket. So instead, I just put the iron onto where it was supposed to go and used those hooks on the bottom for the cord instead, and then just took a regular screwed that straight into the wall and used that for a hanger for the ironing board. So not a big deal, just one of those things you kind of have to fix and decide on how you're going to fix it in the moment. And this was no big deal, just one screw. It lays flat against the wall, it doesn't interfere with anything, kind of just ended up being the perfect fix. My husband was amazing and was able to custom make this baseboard and trim to match what was already there. So I went ahead and painted that out. So it's definitely fun finally being able to add all of the cleaning supplies back in here and seeing that the system really is going to work and actually is really nice. It's very condensed, complete, out of the way. And yes, we even have a little doggy station for our angel girl with her grooming supplies. Yes, she has doggy clothes and all of her leashes. We also had this already. It's super inexpensive if you're ever in IKEA. They're great for multi-purpose, but definitely for grocery bags. We installed that next to our little doggy station. And you can even kind of hang things like our floor cleaner on the shelves. I repurposed this basket from the one that was hanging on the door previously and added our trash bags in there on the ledge. And then back at IKEA, they have this new cleaning system. So this is sort of like a duster. And then they also have different attachments for this floor cleaner, even the scrubber. It all comes as one set for only $21.99. So we went ahead, grabbed that, so we have a new cleaning system. It even has a squeegee on it. I mean, it was super duper affordable for all of the different elements that came with this. So that is what got added onto the back of the door on that hook system, along with one of their inexpensive dustpans. Love these, highly recommend them too. And now that all of the items are added back in, I want to show you, of course, our scary before. Extremely embarrassing, but this is what we lived with. And now the after. So much brighter, so much cleaner. Everything is off the floor. It's much more safe, easily accessible. Things are at hand, organized, and it actually looks really nice too. It can be quite a challenge to live in a 100-plus-year-old home, but seeing transformations like this is definitely exciting. Make sure to check the link in the description box to my Poshmark store. Also, if you are looking for more inspiration for IKEA hacks and organization tips and tricks, I'll have those videos popping up on your screen you can check out next. Subscribe if you're new. Please hit that thumbs up button. That helps out my channel so much. And I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. I will see you in the next one.